The Bull and Bear statue was an icon of the Stock Exchange Luncheon Club, a thriving members-only club for Wall Street traders and brokers. In 1924, select governors of the Luncheon Club bought the statue sculpted by Isidore Bonaire, after which it was placed in the front reception room of the club for all members and exclusive guests to admire. A popular superstition had traders rub the horn of the bull, which supposedly brought good luck down on the trading floor. Longtime trader and former member of the board of the Luncheon Club, Arthur Cashin, offers his memories of the statue from the floor today.
As you got off the elevator in the Luncheon Club, it was the very first thing you saw. It stood imposingly before both the dining room and the entrance to the men's grill. For years, traders would go by, they would touch it, rub the hoof or whatever for luck, and then head down to the floor and hope that the luck of the bull and bear stayed with them during their trading day.
The bull and bear statue and its up and down market symbolism is an important part of the history of finance and of the New York Stock Exchange. The birth of the exchange took place under a cluster of trees in 1792. Here, a group of 24 New York brokers and merchants gathered to sign the Buttonwood Agreement, allowing brokers to trade securities on a commission basis, marking the official start of the New York Stock Exchange. In 1903, the renamed New York Stock Exchange moved to the address it stands at today, 18 Broad Street. Accordingly, the Luncheon Club was relocated to the 7th floor of this new Stock Exchange building. The architecture of the space itself remains much the same today as it was back then. Chandeliers hang from the ceilings, and marble makes up much of the surface. In 2006, the club closed due to increased security after 9/11. Membership at the club had long been declining due to rapid advances in technology, namely the internet, so traders could do their trading electronically rather than having to come into the stock exchange building itself. The bull and bear statue represents the rise and fall of markets. A bull represents an increase, whereas a bear represents a decrease. These terms came into use because a bull thrusts upward with its horn to fight, whereas a bear swipes downward with its paw. Now we return to Arthur Cashin for a story about these historical terms.
At the time of the Crimean War, Britain was in a pitched battle with Russia as to who might dominate that area in Europe. And the symbol for Britain was John Bull. And obviously the Russian symbol was the bear. So if you were on the London Stock Exchange and you were rooting for the war to go badly, you were rooting with the bears. And if you were hoping for things to turn out right and the London stock market to prosper, you were a friend of John Bull.
When the Luncheon Club closed in 2006, LaBranche Co. purchased the bull and bear statue for over $3 million. Because the New York Stock Exchange is no longer open to the public, due to heightened security after 9/11, the Museum of American Finance has become the de facto visitor center of the exchange. Here at the museum, tourists and visitors can view and interact with countless rare and fascinating objects from the history of finance, such as the bull and bear statue, which LaBranche Co. invite visitors to touch for luck, just as the stock traders did. Located at 48 Wall Street, the Museum of American Finance educates visitors about the historic ups and downs that give Wall Street and the financial markets the character that we know today.
It is greatly missed here, particularly anybody who's had a multi-decade history comes back and goes up to what used to be the Luncheon Club, gets off the elevator, and suddenly there is a kind of a shock and a gasp. Where is it? It was such an old friend to everyone who traded here.